Alright, so yesterday I watched the new Matthew Santoro video about like foods you can find in the supermarket that can give you a bit of a drug high. And on it was Stilton cheese. Apparently something in Stilton cheese causes you to have really vivid dreams. And I was like, what the crap, I'll try that. And it did not disappoint. I broke out my old dream journal and decided to get started. So let me see what I wrote here. So it was a bit of a road trip. Let me see if I can, yes. So I was in a forest with my dad, and we were taking a road trip down in North Carolina. And just started out in the forest, and then we got to North Carolina. I forget why we were there. I think we were touring colleges. I'm 29 now. I don't know why we were touring colleges. Uh, but a friend of his, like some guy with a beard, not quite as bushy as mine, got bit by a rattlesnake. And because the hotel, I think, put us up in the place where the rattlesnake was like in the bed. What we got was a bunch of like flight reward cards that would like get us unlimited flights for like 5 days or something like that. Anyway, the hotel that put us up tried to get us like compensate us for the trouble so we wouldn't sue them. But as soon as we got back to New York, they immediately canceled the cards because they were assholes. But not before I just decided to take a quick trip down to Maryland on their dollar, which is where my other grandma lives. And there I actually ran into some coworkers there, and we went to a Shinto shrine. I don't know why a Shinto shrine was in the middle of Hampstead, Maryland, but we did go, and yeah, I impressed one of my coworkers because I actually, when my time in Japan, I learned how to actually like pray at a Shinto shrine. And then, like, when I was done praying at the Shinto shrine, the dream immediately cut to something else. It immediately cut to, um, it immediately cut to an entirely separate dream. The road trip narrative was done, and I was in the middle of a desert kingdom that was sort of like, this is when like my reality sort of got warped, and everyone was drawn so well, looked like they were drawn by Osamu Tezuka. He was like a guy that made Astro Boy, had a really distinct cartoon style. Everyone looked like that, and I was the king of this place, and there was like sort of like a political conspiracy going on, almost like World War One, King Richard III, Game of Thrones, just like all these conspiracies going around. And I was king, and I was like, oh no, everyone's going to conspire against me. I don't remember much about this dream, but because it was so vivid, it's like this is the thing that stuck with me most immediately when I woke up. And long story short, it was like a dream where I was like doing king stuff, riding horses, blah 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 blah, and then we go up in my airplane, and then I see like, oh, there's a bunch of people with guns over there. They must be from the enemy kingdom. Take her up, veer over the mountains over there. And then we veer up other mountains and avoid the people with guns. But on top of the other mountain, there's this like, big tower where a turret is set up. It's like, oh, they anticipated this. This is a multi-leveled attack. And then they shoot. I guess it was a flying dream for like 5 seconds until my plane got shot down because I was in the first person view of the plane. But anyway, it's just like pull out the parachute, and then these people like pull up on a truck, and it's like one person from my kingdom who's betrayed me or something, and then another person from the other kingdom that I was fighting against. They said, "You should get in the truck, sir." And I was like, "Oh," and that's when the dream cut out. It was just like a cool little. I wasn't expecting a plot twist in my own dream, let alone so many dreams that vivid last night. But I thought it was cool, and thought I'd continue the dream like journal project now that I had some vivid dreams thanks to good old Stilton cheese. Thank you, Matthew Santoro, for the tip.